Let's begin, folks. I just want to say good Yontif, a short introduction. I just want to say that for me it's very meaningful that the sages teach us in Masechet Tainit, the last mission in Tainit, that Lo Yahoyu Yomim Tovim LiYisrael. There were no festivals for the Jewish people. The Yom HaKippurim, like the 15th of Av, like Tu B'Av, like Tov, and Yom Kippur. And the Rebbe points out that we mustn't overlook the fact that Tu B'Av is mentioned before Yom Kippur in the Mishnah. So what does that tell you? That this is a pretty darn special day. And the specialness is emphasized in Hasidic wisdom by the idea that this full moon is an outstanding, unique full moon in the whole calendar, because it's the full moon that comes after Tisha B'Av. Tonight is full moon in Av, and it comes after Tisha B'Av. And because we have just emerged from an existential abyss at the deepest possible level, the most painful possible level, right? We spend the entire 24 hours weeping if we're in touch with what we've lost, and we really feel the pain of that, the tragedy of what we've lost. And we come out of that like the image in my mind is like a catapult, like the tension of that bowstring or that catapult elastic that's been pulled back, catapults us forward into a state of simcha and reunion with our beloved, with Hashem. And this was all about the yichud. It's a day when chasana energy is in the air. It's all about the chatan and the kala getting together. It's a time for big blessings, and everyone amongst you who are with us online tonight, and everyone you know that may or need a bracha in shidduchim or in shalom bayis, and who doesn't need a bracha for those things. So then, this is the night that we can wish each other, and that's certainly a major step forwards to the Beis Hamikdash Shlishi, which is another important aspect of tonight, because we're celebrating the rebound, taking us rapidly into the era of the third temple, which is forever. So with that, we have incredible reason to celebrate. I'm deeply, deeply honored to have some special guests with us. Before I introduce the musicians, we have Mike Tabor. I'm not even sure if he's back online. He didn't say hello when I greeted him earlier, but he is present somewhere. Yeah, I see Mike's screen. I hope he's in earshot. If he isn't, I just want to say that it's a real honor to have him in Manchester with us. Who else is here? Lots of good friends, you guys. We all know each other. Shkoyach. Some people from Eretz Yisrael, which is very, very exciting for us to have that achdus, that hiskashus. We've got a musician in Yerushalayim, in the heart of Yerushalayim, and that is our beautiful South African Chatan, Daniel Bacher, and he's waving over there. How's it? Did you manage to sort that out with the sound, Dan? Sort of, okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay,
hopefully very soon.
Okay, cool. Next door to Yerushalayim in Beit Zayit, we've got my son Shmueli Perkel, sitting there with a beautiful image of the Rebbe behind him. Thanks for being with us, Shmuks. Across the Atlantic in Florida on the east coast, southeast coast of the United States, my Bacher, my beloved and special genius, talented musician, Aharon Perkel, is going to share some of his compositions with us, Be'ezras Hashem. And we've got, I'm looking for tonight's participants on our list. Who else? Moshe Reuven, your face has disappeared. Moshe Reuven Schneider from Joburg, very, very talented ambient music generator, a man who's able to gather energies in a unique way. A lot of respect and honor to our good friend and brother Moshe Reuven. Moshe Reuven is tomorrow with you. Is she watching online or is she next to you?
She's not here at the moment, but she's coming back in about an hour.
Okay.
So she'll be with us, please God.
Magic. Oh, we've got Shayna from Eretz Yisrael. We've got Suhaid from Eretz Yisrael. There must be others. Okay, and we're going to start with the music. Still not seeing our friend Dave Levin. Moshe Reuven, I'm going to ask you to kick off with a song, my brother. But in fact, I'm not. I'm going to kick off ourselves just with a very short rendition of a song that's appropriate for the time, and that is Shlomo Carlebach's Nachamu. I'm sitting together with my good friend Akiva Centner, and we trust each other not to be transmitting COVID, because this is the COVID mitzvah, and we're keeping our social distancing. Speaker view. You've got a choice on your device whether to go to gallery view or speaker view. When the musicians are playing, it's recommended that that you use speaker view. You can watch them close up, but it's up to you. We do invite everyone to have your video on, so that we can get a sense of your response to the music. And if you move your body, that tells us that you're listening, and it has an incredibly energizing effect on any musician. I'm speaking for everyone here, I know that. Talk about music. Music, yes, that's my next thing. Thank you. So the other most important thing for everybody to kindly respect, and that is our request to mute yourself at all times unless you are talking. There's nothing more distracting than background noise while people are performing. There's something about the Zoom platform, the technicalities of Zoom make it more disruptive than any other platform I've experienced. So make sure that microphones are muted if you're not actually delivering a message or performing. Okay. Nachamu, Nachamu, Yomar Elokeinu. Nachamu, Nachamu, Yomar Elokeinu. Nachamu, Nachamu, Yomar Elokeinu. Nachamu, Nachamu, Yomar Elokeinu. Abru alei Yerushalayim, Akiva Nachamu, Nachamu, Akiva So the idea is that despite the fact that your microphone will be on mute, it's very important that everyone's microphone is on mute, as we said before, except for those that are performing, so as to avoid interference such as is happening right now. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try and take control of that and mute everyone. But the idea is that even though your microphone might be on mute, it's great experience. I would invite you to sing along, to clap your hands, to move your body, as long as you don't create that interference effect when your microphone is on. I'm stressing it because it really makes a huge difference. So, Moshe Reuven, I want you to play a song for us, and then we'll ask you to play one song. We'll come back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Rephael. And good evening, everybody. Chag Sameach. I'd like to sing a nigun, if that's okay.
It's fantastic.
So, great. So this nigun is called it's called by different names, but I've heard it as the Baal Shem Tov's nigun. Now, I'm not sure that it's one of the ancient nigunim of the Baal Shem Tov, but probably something that has shifted over time. Yeah, and it's a really beautiful nigun, and it's a nigun that really I've connected with over time, and I sing it quite regularly. So it's actually a regular Shabbos nigun at my Shabbos table. So. Hi la 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 lo la 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 lo. Hi ay oh ya mama yo. Hi ay 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 oh ya 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 oh ya 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 oh.
Thank you, Falkson.
I am I, oh, yo, yo. I am I, oh, yo, yo. I am I, oh, yo, yo. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, ay, 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 oh. Ay, 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 oh, yo. Ay, 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 oh, yo. Ay, 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 yo, ay, 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 mama. Oh, ay, 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 L'chaim to you all.
L'chaim, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Moshe Reuven. Are you going to do another one later with your guitar, or just nigun?
Yeah, I'd love to, absolutely.
Okay, all right, stand by with your guitar soon. Okay, who's next? Yinon, where are you, brother? I haven't said hello to you yet.
How's it? Can you hear me? Carl?
He's on mute, but we can hear you.
Okay, sweet. How's it? Yeah, I'm not 100% ready. I'm still trying to get to the most comfortable place. You know, this whole internet thing is still a little bit intriguing and interesting, you know, still baby steps.
Okay.
But if you give me some time to fiddle around, then yeah, I'm sure I'll get to it.
So what sort of timing are you offering us here?
It depends. I'm trying to see if I can log in on the computer, to be dead honest. At the moment, I'm on my cell phone and seeing what kind of difference is that. If I can do that, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Sweet.
Yep, sweet. We'll find somebody else to play.
Okay. Good to see you guys, by the way. Schneider, thank you for organizing this. This is also
Lovely to
it's a
see you.
lacquer thing.
It's so nice, man. Really. Okay, good luck with your experimenting, but no longer than 15 minutes.
Sweet.
We want you
Done.
with it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, right, who else? Aharon, my son Aharon in Florida. Let's have some warm summer weather in flooding us. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi, there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend for everybody, just my experience, just to share it, if you click on speaker view and then double click on the person who's talking or performing, then that locks his face on the main screen. So it's a better experience than other faces popping in and out. Aharon, what you got for us? Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for putting this together. Really wonderful. So I wanted to share a quick thought at Dvar Torah, something that I think is appropriate, and then I'll share some music. This is actually something inspired by my wife, Rena, in the interests of the energy of love. So I'm gonna share something that she shared with me. And Tu B'Av is really the holiday. It's the Chag of love. It's the Chag of connection. And the truth is that being part of the Jewish people, our whole existence is a love story between us and Hashem. And so it's really about that energy. And where do we see that, among other places? You don't have to look too far. If you look at the universal symbol of the Jewish people, the Magen David, there's two triangles, one pointing up, one pointing down. And it's a very, very powerful image, a very powerful symbol of the two triangles, the masculine and the feminine, the heaven and earth, spirituality and physicality, the upper worlds and the lower worlds. And it's our unique role in the world as the Jewish people is that unification, that bringing together those two different things, those two seeming opposites. And that's the beauty of Tu B'Av. And in many ways, if we think about what is the unique way that we do that, and it's through the mitzvot, through those 613 commandments that we have, each give us that unique ability to do that. And it's one of the reasons why, probably the primary reason why we have so many mitzvot as the Jewish people. And something else that I think really resonates is when we say a bracha, when we do a mitzvah, most mitzvot come with a bracha, and it really centers and gives us that consciousness. It not only puts us in the action, but it really brings us presence, and helps us to be present to the moment, and really infuse that holiness and godliness into the day to day and into every experience. And it actually reminds me of a story that I heard recently about the Rebbe Rashab, one of the Chabad Rebbeim, who was once giving a mimer. And it's a well-known custom that before every mimer, there's a nigun. Usually the group of people sing a nigun to really get into the energy before the mimer. And the Rebbe Rashab noticed that all the people there, all the Hasidim, were really rushing through the nigun, because obviously they wanted to get to the good stuff. They wanted to get to the Torah and to the learning. And he actually stopped them, and he said, and he pointed out the importance. He said to them that yes, the learning Torah is the most important mitzvah to do, but the song itself is important. And wherever you are, be present and be in that moment 100%. I thought that was a beautiful story. And the last point I'll make is that tying it back to love. Love is not about the big gestures. It's about being present from the biggest things to the smallest things. And it's about being present and connected. And so on that note, I thought I'd share a wordless melody that I wrote actually when my son was born. This was about 5 years ago. And here goes. Just confirm. You can hear me okay?
Aharon, did you set turn on original sound?
Yes, I did.
Great. Okay. So
I
let's.
followed all your instructions.
Okay. We are hearing you.
Okay. Thank you.
Shkoyach. So beautiful. So beautiful. Aharon, stand by for another one in a short while. Who else have we got here? Akiva, what do you got for us? Do you want to do Akiva's nigun? Okay. Here's a song my good and trusted friend Akiva wrote, his own melody in the tradition of nigunim that Aharon, in the trend that Aaron's just set. We've had Aaron's nigun, now we get Akiva's nigun. Which key? Iman, go forward. Yeah, go forward. Shkoyach, Akiva, shkoyach. Shkoyach, Akiva. Who's next? Yinon, you got to tell us if you're on.
Can you hear me?
Who's this?
Well, it's me from the computer. I don't know if you can see it. Is it coming through?
Yep. Yes, we're hearing you.
Can you hear the guitar?
No.
Okay, sweet. Sorry, what was that?
It's okay. We're here. I'm just trying to get you on my screen. Go ahead. Sounds good.
Okay, sweet. So I just want to wish Mazel Tov also to the Mendelos and Lucky Mendelo on the birth of a baby boy today. And so yeah, I thought I'd just start off with a song that we actually wrote in the Mendelo garden in December. It goes like this. Yeah, mama, yeah, and you've got time to take a moment before you choose. For there ain't no you sinners just hanging around, 'cause it's who you choose to be. And if you've got an open heart, let it love over it from the very start. There ain't no time but the time we got right now, 'cause it's who to be, choose to be. Oh yeah, yeah, And if you've got a burning heart, let it burn till the end, from the very start. For there ain't no you but the you are right now. So it's who choose to be. 'Cause dreams, be slipping at the seams. There's so many caught in a dream. Space far out of reach. There's the sun dancing on the beach.
Shakayach Yinon.
Thank you.
We'll do some work at some stage on the sound quality, but the song came through beautifully. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, sweet. Thank you. I've been looking around here for like the little settings. I don't know, on the computer it seems to be different as on my cell phone, but
Right. Okay, well, if there's anything else you can do, feel free. So let's see how Dan Bacher in Yerushalayim is doing. Is it a good time for you, Dan?
How's it? Hello. Thank God. Doing wonderfully. I think it is a good time. How's it, everyone? Really wonderful to see you. And if you don't have video, I'm sure it'd be nice. But anyway, no pressure. Just mean nice to be on the same Zoom. Hope everything's going wonderfully. This is my wife, Leah. She's amazing. Thank God. Just nice to see everyone. Yeah. Hello from Rehael in Yerushalayim. Very special to be here. Wow. Okay, yeah. Hopefully, how's the sound? Yeah, Rephael, that's good.
Dan, I've had advice from my son Aharon, who generally knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That musicians should go for lower volumes.
Lower, sorry?
Lower volumes.
Okay.
Because there's a tendency to distortion with high volumes. So just be mindful of, I think, light projection, not strong projection.
Okay.
It could be even sitting a bit back from your mic or whatever.
That should be okay. Okay. So just playing before this song, I want to share that it's so beautiful to be in a place where we're yearning so much to be a part of. Hopefully, please God, we will all be here very soon with Mashiach, and also we'll not have any issues in terms of anything that's going on, so that we can just sit and spend time basking in Hashem's glory, learning His Torah, connecting to Him. So I think that'd be very special. Just the words that I want to share with you from this song, they're from the David Hashem Ori, which is what we say during this time. And I find it so beautiful, the words. It's actually, the words I'm going to focus on are part of two sentences, but they're kind of back to back. So it's a few from one at the end and then a few from the beginning of the next one. And I think they can be connected. And the words are Ashira v'Zamra LaHashem, that I sing and I make music for Hashem. And it says Shma Koli. We'll get to that in a second, but it's speaking about please Hashem, hear my voice. Like, please hear me and answer me. Be compassionate and gracious. All these words have a few synonyms, but let's say gracious and please answer me. What I was thinking about this is there's a tendency sometimes to jump to this relationship with Hashem when we need help, and that seems to be the foundation of our relationship sometimes. And so I think the foundation should be that we sing and we create music in this relationship with Hashem. And that's the foundation. And then we say, we've got a solid, beautiful foundation. There's music between us. Also, please, can you help me with this, thing that I'm struggling with? As opposed to the other way around, where we say, please, can you help me? Since you helped me, okay, thank you. I'll sing you a song. But why not start with a song? Why not start with that? So I just want to grab this Babe, do you see the Siddur? Just to see, yeah, it's right there. Please, please. Thank you. So, hopefully you could hear it well. I'm gonna open it. Thank God. The words are very beautiful, but I wanna just for my own self be connected to it as much as possible, and I think seeing it is special. So, so it goes like this. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I'm gonna. Okay, let's see. It goes like this. So that's just a little bit of something to establish the relationship. And I wanted to start off with something that I think is happy. And I know maybe at the end I could play it a little longer, but I want to jump into just a song that we see in davening during the times of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And it's very special to think about these words. And hopefully you could hear in the tune that it starts off really happy, and it's not that it gets sad, it's just that we've got like a part of us that really depends on Hashem, and we ask Hashem for what we need. So here's how it goes. I'll be 1 second over here. Okay.
Hey Dan, shkoyach. Beautiful songwriting, man. We are struggling with sound quality. I'll be the first to admit that, and we're hoping to learn some important lessons. Just as a matter of interest, Dan, have you got turn on original sound? Did you find that?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
Turn on original sound. Did you manage to locate that setting?
Yes, I did. So hopefully it came through somewhat. But if it didn't, and you couldn't hear, then the message is still the same. So hopefully we can act in the best way we can.
Honestly, it came through beautifully, but there's in my professional opinion, semi-professional opinion, there's a lot to be desired with Zoom's sound quality in my experience so far. So it's something I really want to address. But it came through beautifully, really. Thank you so much for that contribution.
Yes, it was a lovely song.
Stand by for another one in a little while.
Thank you so much.
I want to invite my son Shmueli in Beit Zayed, just outside Yerushalayim. Please step forward, Shmuels, and take the mic, talk to us, and play for us.
That's me. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yay. How's it, everyone? Firstly, Tati, thank you so much for inviting me to share. And your invitation prompted me to ask myself the question, what is this day really all about? And I wanted to share a few thoughts that have come to mind since I started thinking about it. So one thing that came to mind, which kind of, I guess, is the question of a lot of my experience when it comes to Chagim and specifically times which call for us to feel a certain way. On Purim, we have the context of adding in a measure of happiness. In Sukkot, it's a time of our happiness, and the question keeps coming up for me when I find myself in these moments. It's as if it's is it really voluntary to feel happy and to feel sad, and how does one actually have a relationship with these times? And in fact, I remember Simchas Torah, for example, being one of the most challenging times for me, because the outside world, in its external display of kind of joy, glee, and happiness, would often highlight and emphasize my own inner kind of misery. But the question was, how do we relate to this particular day? And what came to mind was is it just the love? Is it just the Valentine's Day? Is it just associated with singles who need shidduchim, with people in the realm of Shalom Bayis, which I guess, of course, is universal? But what came to mind was the Gemara, which talks about the two happiest times being Tu B'Av and Yom Kippur. And when reflecting on that and trying to understand, so what's the connection between those things, I had a memory of an experience I had on Erev Yom Kippur a couple of years ago when I was learning, and I pulled it out, so I'll share very quickly with you. In my preparations for Yom Kippur, I was reading some of the words of the Tzemach Tzedek, the Menachem Mendel Tzemach Tzedek, and he was describing the incredible gravity to what it means to do a mitzvah and also an avera. And this is in the context of the mitzvah of vidui and tshuva. How does one really build a bond of connection, reconnect? And I'm speaking in light of Tisha B'Av, that we've just come from a time of a low place, and we're trying to emerge into a place, I guess, a more positive, more connected place. And in light of that, the connection to Yom Kippur is quite beautiful, and the idea of tshuva associated with Yom Kippur. So for me, what happened was I was learning this piece on tshuva, and of course we know when the Rambam makes it very clear that part of tshuva is charata, means feeling what happened, and having regret and remorse in that feeling, and part of that is actually experiencing the distance that we have with our source. Part of it is feeling the distance, the separation, and Hasidus also teaches us, which I think is very beautiful, and we can experience it in a very real way here, is that Tshuva Me'ira, it comes before Tshuva Me'ava, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a more primal external level of Tshuva, which is first about feeling this dimension of fear, or rather acknowledging the proximity and how far we are from true self, from essence, from God, and from our source. And once we can really feel that, it was in the middle of my preparations on Erev Yom Kippur that I came across the words of the Tzemach Tzedek, and he writes, I won't read the whole thing, it was just, he's referring to V'godel oin ha'ma'od, he's referring to the great extent to which Averas, or the disconnecting from Hashem, is intense, and he says, Ve'ein lecha el ban gadol mizeh, there's nothing even greater, and I'm a busher, because we're bringing Hashem into the dark side. And immediately in that moment, while I was sitting at my table, kind of like in this state, just trying to kind of reflect on my year, one of my kids had put on some music, and a teaching of Rabbi Nachman suddenly came up, which was based on the pasuk in Devarim, when Hashem says that He's going to hide His face from the Jewish people, and that there's going to be distance because of the averos that we've done. And in describing our relationship with Him, he's kind of talking about. Or Rabbi Nachman interprets that, and he says, and in the beautiful Yosef Kaduna song, that he says, Rabbi Nachman interprets that even within even within the hiddenness and the separation that we have from Hashem, even in that place, in the place of most concealment, we can actually feel Him. And in light of that, I want to share one nigun. I've got another one to share, but this one is going to be connected to Yom Kippur, because I think that connecting a little bit to that energy will open us up to feeling the real love of the time. And please sing along.
As long as you're on mute.
Yeah.
Excuse it, Shmueli Shkoyach. Thank you so much. And we'll come back to Shmooks. I want to hear some more of your beautiful music. We haven't heard from Dave Levin. Dave, you told me you're with us. Please step forward, unmute yourself.
Shalom Aleichem. Hi everyone. Rephael, it's good to see you again, and everyone else too. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you for having such a beautiful idea, and I just want to maybe play a quick song. But before I do, I'd like to just make a little request from everyone that we try to dedicate tonight the music and the Torah and everything to those that are looking for soulmates, because Tu B'Av is all about magnetism. It's all about coming back to what our neshamas have been looking for, and there's a lot of people out there that are searching and searching. So the greatest thing, the greatest simcha in Shamayim is soulmates. When two souls found each other, that's what the Beis Hamikdash was, and that's why after Tisha B'Av we come to Tu B'Av, because the Beis Hamikdash, like, it really begins with love. So let's all, if we can, try to dedicate the inspiration and the feeling and the love to those that are searching for their soulmates. Okay, so I'm going to play a quick song for everyone. Guys, love to everyone. Thank you.
Good, Dave. Beautiful song. Stand by for another one in a little while. I want to take the opportunity to make a contribution myself, and I've got such a huge blessing with having Akiva next to me. Lekoyevet Yontef. Okay, what you doing? I'm going to play. This is a song I wrote to the words of Kapitel of Perek Kuf Bet in Tehillim. I wrote it at the time in the honor of the 102nd birthday of the Rebbe's Kusa Yogon Aleinu. And it's called Tefillah La'oni. It has a lot of messianic overtones and undertones. The metaphor of Oni v'roichev alach hamoyer, is one of the descriptions of Mashiach, for those that understand. Lifnei Hashem Lishmati. Shem Shimoya Tefilosi Shabosi Elechol Savoy Ato Hashem Le'olam Teishem Zichrucho L'dor V'dor Ato Hashem Le'olam Teishem Zichrucho L'dor V'dor Ato Sokum Drachem Zion Yes Lechem Enoki Boye Ato Sokum Drachem Zion Yes Lechem Enoki Boye Sokum Drachem Zion Ato Sokum Drachem Zion Yes Lechem Enoki Boye Thank you for listening, folks. Shukayach. So, Moshe Reuven, over to you again, my brother. Give us a song with a guitar if you have one. Calling Moshe Reuven. Unmute yourself. No sign of Moshe Reuven. Yinon. Yinon, you're next. Are you there?
Moshe Reuven's there.
I can't.
Ready to go, Rephael.
Oh, Moshe Reuven. Okay, your turn, brother. Take it away.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yeah, we didn't hear you until now. Mute us.
שמחה ועצב, יצרים תמונה, מכניסים אל התוהו ובוהו תמונה, בפרים בקצב, כוכבים בשמחה ועצב, יצרים תמונה, מכניסים אל התוהו אלוני בחסד, אלוני בחסד. הפערים יודעים again, אלוני בחסד, אלוני בחסד. והכל יתרחב, נה 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 נה, לה 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 לה, לה 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 לה, לה 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 לה.
Thank you.
Tisha Koach,
Thank
Moshe
you.
Reuven.
And I was playing, my wife returned home, so
Great.
we're a full house now.
That's marvelous, brother. Very beautifully sung. And just so that you know, Akiva was playing some beautiful mouth harp with you on mute, of course.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I'd like to share something, just a couple ideas, if that's okay.
It's beautiful. I'll keep it brief because we want to get a few more musicians in before 9:30. So,
Oh, excellent. Yeah, we'll keep it brief. Just wanted to reconfirm in the times that we're going through at the moment all over the world, and with this pandemic that's going on, I just wanted to reconfirm. I know everybody knows this, but the Eibishter's got you. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. The most important thing to do is tshuva, to daven, to say tehillim, and to know with everything that you have, the Eibishter has got you. Everything. Parnasa, briut, all of that. So that's just a message from me, and good to see everyone. Chag Sameach.
thanks for the chizuk, Moshe Reuven. True to form, brother. And thanks for your contribution. It's been a treat having you with us. We have a very special and honourable guest with us in Manchester, UK. Mike, please say hello and tell us if you have an instrument at hand that you could play as a short song. We'd really love the privilege of hearing something from you.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. First of all, to the rest of the people who don't know me, my daughter in South Africa is Shoshi Joffe. I don't know if you know her. Anyway, I haven't got an instrument with me, but I can sing you a nigun of Reb Shlomo, an obscure Reb Shlomo nigun which I discovered. It's a nigun of Simcha, and it's short, and Tu B'Av is the time when we should maximize Simcha, right? So, if you know, I think I taught it when I came last time to South Africa, but if not, just sing along with me, okay? Oi nai 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 na nam. Oi nai 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 la lam. Oi nai 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 la lam. Nai la lam. Last time joining with me. Yeah la la la. Yeah la 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 lam. Yeah la 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah la 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 la. La 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 la. I nine 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 nine. I nine 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 nine. I nine 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 nine. And nine nine oh you know. Can I just share with all of you a very special event in my life? 49 years ago tonight, well, 12:30, I met the Lubavitcher Rebbe as a student. I was playing in New York, and we spoke mainly about music. And what he said to me then, I don't have time to discuss it with you now, but he said to me basically this: all the values of the world, all the knowledge of the world, you should embrace, including music. But in the hierarchy of values, as long as Torah is at the top, keto. Because without Torah and a sense of morality, all the music and all the culture will create chaos. And he gave me tremendous fizzle. So 49 years later, I'm still on the fiddle, playing all over the place. And thank you. Please give my regards to Ivan and Shoshi. I couldn't come for Pesach because I had to cancel. That's wonderful to meet some of you. I think I know your son Shmueli. I think we met and we've been in touch with you. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the nigun. We say we only go keep the besimcha teitzeo. When all is said and done, unless we have inner generated simcha, we won't get out of any of our conditions. And the Kaiser Shakar for arranging this. Wonderful.
Thank you so much for being with us, and we really did love that nigun. Very catchy. Yeah, we want to hear it. We want to hear some more of it. It'll be circulated. We're making a recording of this event.
Oh, right. Okay.
And we are making a recording of this event. If anybody wants later access, we'll work a plan. I'd like to invite my son Aharon in Florida to come back on stage, on virtual stage. Aharon, are you with us?
I am. Yep. Just grabbing the guitar. All right. So I'll play one more. It's actually another song I wrote more recently. It's based on the words Perkel, which is Imein Ani Li Mili. And basically and I think it's very resonant, and it's really about finding that balance between selflessness and giving to others and giving to oneself, and finding that tiferet balance between the two, that harmony. At least that's my interpretation.
That's one gorgeous song, Aharon. Thanks for doing it. Aharon did that song on my request, and I'm really glad you did. I really wanted people to hear that. Exquisite composition. Shkoyach. And up next, I'm going to invite Dan Bacher in the heart of Yerushalayim's Shel Zahav, where 2,000 years ago, the daughters of Yerushalayim would dance in the vineyards.
Thank you so much. I want to say hello to my mother and my family over there. Sisters, hello everyone. Thank you guys. One of the most beautiful things I think about our relationship with Hashem is that we have so many facets to it. And the two that we're going to focus on at the moment in the next little while is Avinu Malkeinu. Hashem's our Father and our King. And although it does take us to task, and although it does mean that we're responsible for our actions, Hashem's our Father and our King. And it's a different kind of King. It's a very personal King. It's also a very global King. So it's one that is a little different to human kings, to say the least. But just to remember that it's Hashem who is our Father and our King. And there's a lot to think about, but this is Avinu Malkeinu, just to maybe get into the space of really thinking about the time that we are in, and hopefully we take our lives really seriously. They're really beautiful lives. So this is Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, ki lanu melech el haaretz. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, ki lanu melech el haaretz.
Shkoyach, Dan. Thanks for your beautiful words, your beautiful presence and energy. We really feel your Kedusha. And love to hear some more from you. Please go at another time. We're going to have 3 more performances before we close down tonight. Up next is Yinon, followed by Dave Levin, and I'll close off with my latest composition. Yinon, please step forward. It sounds like you're at the end of a very large tunnel. The tunnels disappeared, but you're very soft.
Okay, and now I'm going to compare it because running compare it.
Can't hear you at all.
Hey?
How's that?
Yeah, we're hearing you now.
Can you hear it?
Yes, we're hearing
Good?
you. We're hearing you.
Okay, perfect. So,
I don't know.
okay, cool. So this song is, so I heard Reuven Gardner sent me a message today about the importance of tefillah, and you're speaking about the Rambam. The Rambam says that Moshe Rabbeinu, when faced with the burning bush, out of all the things he could have asked for, he didn't ask for his disability to speak to be taken away. So the Rambam points out in that point over there, that he says that if Moshe Rabbeinu had davened for it, it would have been fulfilled, but he didn't see it necessary, so he carried on with that thing in his life. So I was saying, onto a night like today, it's the power of tefillah. And this song is called State of Mind, and it goes like this. I was reading Marx in the afternoon, wondering what's the point of view. If we just have to serve that too. So I was thinking, what else can I do to help us get through? And my mind got caught on you. Brought me nothing but souls, my dear. And nothing else is real down here. So where to now from here? The future's always vague, my dear. I was wasting time in the afternoon, wondering what else is there to do. When a change was leaving you, so what else can I do but change our point of view? For fear stole our peace away, and we nothing but souls, my dear. And nothing else is real down here. So where to now from here? The future's always vague, my dear. But freedom is more than just a word. It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. Freedom is more than just a word. We've heard it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. So arise, all you souls, from the slumber of old, and return to what we know it means to be. For there's nothing we need to embody kindness and need. What will be, will be. And freedom is more than just a word. We've heard it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. And freedom is more than just a word. We've heard it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. So I was reading Marx in the afternoon, wondering what's the point of view. and my mind got caught on you.
Nice one, Yinon.
Thank you.
Yinon is one of my favorite songwriters. This man is really very gifted in terms of his view of life and in terms of his ability to articulate it in song. So watch the space. Watch the space for this incredible young man. It's one of my favorite human beings, Yinon Falkson.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And
Thank you all. Thank you.
L'chaim on a Zoomzits.
it's
L'chaim, l'chaim.
definitely appropriate, Shmueli Shkoyach. In fact, I boiled some water to say l'chaim and I didn't bring it to the table. I'll have to go and get it just now. Dave Levin, you're up next. We want to avoid losing people because of the late hour, but a couple more songs. Please stay with us. We'd hate it if you left now, but if you have to, we wouldn't hold it against you. We'd just be upset.
Guys, thank you. You know, it's so beautiful. Everyone, these are my favorite people in the whole world. What a privilege to be with you again. So, the next song I want to play, in honor of my lovely wife. We were discussing a little bit earlier about this concept of Tisha B'Av, that it really is, you know, it's so fascinating how all the Gemaras speak about when Tisha B'Av comes, everyone kind of, you know, the maidens running to the field in their white clothes, and they found their soulmates. There's no process, there's no thoughts. It just happens. It's so quick, it's so easy. And what's so beautiful is that, like what we were saying, is that when you know something, when something is clear, when your heart is just, there's no confusion, it's fast. It moves quickly. Safek slows things down. You know, the galus we're in is so slow because we don't know. We don't know who we are anymore. We don't really know what we want anymore. So please God, a bracha for all of us is that Tu B'Av is about knowing what we want. We've come out of Tisha B'Av, which is about what magnetizes us. We go down to the floor, down to the earth, to where we started. And when we get up again, we suddenly remember what we actually want. So please God, I give everyone a bracha, and please give us one back. That we found what we magnetized to. That we obliterate the safek from this world, which I guess is easier than most times now, because we get to see what we really want and what we really care about. So here's a song.
Dave, sorry, I want to interrupt you, my brother. It's remiss of me not to have done it before. I want to say a gavaldik, a huge mazel tov to Dave Levin, who is a new chosen. You got married on what date?
We got married on the 13th of Tammuz.
Yud Gimel Tammuz, which we all know is a very auspicious date in the Chabad calendar, the Geula of the Frierdiker Rebbe from Soviet prison. So Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Our hearts are
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov. God, Simcha and Bracha.
Go ahead and sing.
I want to play called Ki Haim Chayenu. And I'm going to try and play it on the piano. I don't know how the sound will be, but if it's wrong, then I'll just switch the guitar. So let me know. Everyone, love you all.
Shkoyach, Reb David, it's so beautiful. Another incredible talent in our midst. And Mazel Tov, your chassanus should be your shidduch, you should make a bayit ne'eman b'Yisrael and a binyan adayad.
Amen, amen.
I wanted to end off myself, but I'm going to ask one person to step in before I do, and that is my son Shmueli in Beit Zayat to play one small piece for us. You got something for us, Shmooks?
Yes, I'm going to grab I thought you were going to wrap up, so I'm going to quickly grab an instrument, I believe to say. Yeah, so Akiva's getting ready. Apropos to the times, this is called Call of My Heart, a piece I put on, recorded with my Abba on his new Journey album. Enjoy.
Magnificent.
What a
Shkoyach, Shmueli.
treat. What a treat.
Real treat.
This is really, really beautiful. So sweet, so special, such a beautiful way to connect to this day. Thank you, Tati. Thank you, Akiva. And thanks for the opportunity, everyone.
Thanks. If anybody would like to hear a full musical rendition with band arrangements of that last song, it's to be found on an album called New Journey, Ray Perkel with Friends. That's my old identity. Now I'm Rephael. Let's move back a bit. So we're going to end off tonight. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's participated. Without you guys, this wouldn't have been anywhere near the same. It's just been a real treat to know that there's an interest in getting together with music. It is the universal language. It is which brings Achdus, Baruchnius and Begashmius into our lives. And we should be blessed to continue this Achdus, to have more such events. And we should be Zoicher within minutes, if not seconds, to be doing this in the Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi, and that'll last forever. Okay. So this is my newest composition. You'll find it on Apple Music, on Spotify, and all the digital platforms. If you search for the title Ma Navu, it's from the Novi Yeshayahu. The Haftorah for Parashat Shoftim, you'll find it near the end there. When I saw these words, it jumped out at me hugely. How beautiful are the footsteps of the announcer of redemption upon the hilltops. Shalom, Mashlia Yeshua, Mashlia Shalom, Mashlia Yeshua. Yeda Amishami Ki Anihu Amedahu Hineni Shiru Lashem Shir Chadash Shiru Lashem Kol Haaretz Nahu Alearim Vaser Mashgia Shalom Vaser Tov Mashgia Yeshua Anahu Alearim Vaser Mashgia Shalom Vaser Tov Mashgia Yeshua Lochei Yeda Amishami Friends, brothers and sisters, it's been an absolute treat being with you. A huge shout out of gratitude to my dearest brothers, the musicians that performed for you and for us tonight, to Dan Levin, to Daniel Bacher, to Yinon Falkson, to my buddy Akiva Centner. I'm not touching you because it's the COVID Yontif, and Moshe, Reuven, Schneider, my son Shmueli, and my son Aharon. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you guys. if
Rephael, can I jump in for 1 second to give you a big compliment? Just for one moment, I want to say, just for me and Dave and Yinon, you've been a tremendous role model, not just in music, but also in Torah and spirit and consistency. And it's really outreach, but you do it so gently and so lovingly. You really spread Hashem's Torah, and it's given through music, but you hold a whole lot more. And for everyone in my generation, we thank you. Everyone in your generation, if I could speak for them, then thank you on behalf of them. And I think it's a ripple effect. I think it's going to continue. And to you and to Akiva, you've been like a great team for a long time. And I personally have benefited in a beautiful way from that. And so thank you personally, and also on behalf of us. Thanks for putting this together as well.
And Dan Schreich for that, really very, very sweet, sweetly received, and my love for you, no words, brother. Just keep the bright flame burning that is so evident in you, your Torah, your energy, and your music. And thanks again to everyone. You're invited. I'm going to keep the meeting open for a few minutes. Please put comments to the musicians if you haven't already in the chat box. I'm going to circulate it amongst everyone. And we'd just like to know what this meant to you. Any comments on what we could do to make things better would be welcome. And a good yontif. It should be a very special time ahead of us. And let's begin by wishing each other tova. It's not that far away. And only good things. Besoros tovos.